Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, October 12, 2022. Complex feelings are possible early today. However, clearing the air or putting something behind you can feel good. There can be issues that stir up feelings of anxiety or possibly even guilt, but do your best not to let these drive your behavior. The Venus-Chiron opposition helps us by bringing problem areas out in the open. It's the only way to start repairing and healing. Also today, Mercury heads into your intimacy sector where it will stay until the 29th. Mercury spent time in this area of your solar chart recently, from August 25th to September 23rd, but then retreated due to a retrograde backup. You can be more involved and passionately interested in your projects, studies, conversations, and thoughts in the weeks ahead. This cycle is especially favorable for consultations, research, and analysis. You're likely to make some valuable discoveries with money, debts, motivations, relationships, attachments, and personal psychology. Relationship matters should be proceeding finally after weeks of confusion. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet of the mind and communication, has re-entered your solar 8th house of intimacy, assets, and investments. Take this energy and use it to negotiate, or renegotiate, where you and your significant other stands. Consider building your wealth as a team, as you could each provide a unique perspective and be passionate about your goals. Assess your current financial plans and meet with an accountant or investment manager to plan even more in depth. They'll guide you to new strategies. What is worth the investment? You should go over any lingering financial issues when Mercury re-enters Libra today. Mercury's ingress marks the second half of Mercury retrograde's post-shadow period, indicating that you need to go over resounding financial opportunities. Since Venus in Libra opposes Chiron retrograde in Aries, you may find that it is time to be open to help from others. You may have an easier time achieving financial stability or alleviating debt when working with reciprocal, balanced partners. By doing so, it is imperative to let go of any unnecessary entanglements. What makes the timing of Mercury's return to your financial sector today significant is the timing. Just 18 days after retrograding back out, Mercury returns with the smart head for money needed to get your head back in the game. Just a full moon in your income sector is wrapping up. Just as tension between income and money matters drops, Mercury returns with the smart head for money that can turn this into motivation. The planetary energy can make this an emotional time for you, filling you with sensitivity and awareness. You may or may not have been taught how to develop your sensitivity and awareness as a child, but it's never too late to start. If you realize that there is something or someone you need to let go of at this time, why not create some kind of ritual that will give you the necessary closure you need? Nurture your spirituality when you feel open to it. You will be supported in your love life, but you will also be going through a period of work and great responsibility. You may have some problems with those you work with because they have some revolutionary ideas concerning work that will generate some conflicts. You appreciate a certain amount of change and newness but refuse to question how things have been set up by some of your family and friends. You like to hang on to what you know and so find comfort in the family nest. Just 18 days after retrograding back into your relationship sector, Mercury leaves for the second time in 2 months today. While the planet of communication has done everything he can to get the communication lines open, the moon's return to your communication sector will keep the momentum going. Meanwhile, Mercury's return to your financial sector is a chance to get your head in the game after yesterday's full moon has just energized both sides of the financial fence. In a case of perfect timing, just hours before Mercury, the planet of communication is due to leave your relationship sector today. The moon returns for its monthly visit to your communication sector. With the moon here as Mercury returns, this will provide continuity, and especially when it comes to keeping the communication lines open on the relationship front. Our eyes in the sky. This is an interesting day that brings some cosmic relief to personal frustrations. The influence of Venus in Libra opposes the prolific energy of the healing centaur Chiron, adding perspective to the overall power dynamic of your life. Think of this as a reset, requiring you to grin and bear it. A loving bond between parties can help you to move forward. This week is all about your relationships and making you a lot more talkative about what you need. You're setting out to get that now by making your goals known loud and clear. You're changing the people you hang out with, and they're changing you in a good way. You'll make more money if you take their advice instead of fight against it. Paying attention to your self-care routines and feeling more confident in your skin is what it's all about right now. Maybe you've been neglecting the things you really love to do because you're just trying to navigate through the twists and turns of life. Romance and fun can be part of the day as well. You'll feel increased vitality and confidence. The influence of Uranus adds a little icing on the cake, and someone might even profess their undying love to you. You might not want to deal with anyone who brings you down, and for good reason. Mercury enters fair and peaceful Libra today, so it's a good day to schedule some time to yourself or even a therapy session just to get everything out in the open. Talking things out will not only help you but also be a stepping stone to moving relationships in the right direction. It's time to think about how you might be taking other people's word for money matters or buying into an investment scheme that's too good to be true. Someone may be giving you a hard sell concerning a stock, IRA, or bond. You need more time to consider the best path for you. Be firm but polite, and make sure you get the time you need. You know best. In the morning, Venus in Libra opposes Chiron in Aries, prompting difficulties in navigating our relationships. Although we intend to keep the peace, we feel as though we fail to rise to others' expectations. This sense that we are not enough, that we are a disappointment, weighs on us heavily. What we are confronting now is the reality that relationships are a balancing act. There is no way to maintain perfect harmony at all times, yet the fear of failure can cause us to want to throw in the towel altogether. A more mature, adult idea of love is required. We become our own worst enemies and we hold ourselves and our partners to impossible standards. Shortly following this, the Aries moon squares off with Pluto in Capricorn, causing us to act destructively. We are struggling to negotiate the Venus-Chiron opposition. Insecurities within partnerships drive us to behave unfairly with loved ones. We may guilt-trip another or pose a test for them to prove their love. Obviously, these tactics are likely to backfire. On the other hand, we might be a victim of manipulation tactics ourselves. If this is the case, it is a good thing that this behavior is being exposed, so we do not waste further time on a toxic power dynamic. However, the moon begins its void of course following this aspect's perfection that will last until afternoon. Avoid taking action now, as decisions will be made in haste, under emotional duress. Give yourself time to cool off before saying or doing something you may regret.